my point with that is that like it's a cash loss because number one, things are only in for a season. It's like cars. It's only in for a season. You might buy that Dior jumper that was spring that was in season last year. Okay, cool, but it's not. So you could. I mean, don't know. I'm not saying people can't buy what they want. They can.
Yeah.
But when you're getting into debt, you got okay. What are you getting into debt for?
Yeah, but again, that's what I'm trying to say. I think if you obviously we need to be educated financially because, like you said, clothes they're just like it's a liability.
Yeah.
It's not an asset. It just depreciates in value. Do you know what I mean? Whereas let's say from when we was in school, let's say if we knew that, I thought okay, well I'm saving because I'm gonna buy a watch. 'Cause, you know, depending on the watch, it can appreciate with time.
Yeah.
Then you could do that. Do you know what I mean? Then you could look. I say, well, you man stunt with your clothes, but me, I'm looking to cop this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's all we knew at the time. Just clothes.
Yeah,
Just
just
clothes and
clothes.
trainers.
Yeah.
I used to clothes and trainers.
You outgrow it.
Yeah, and afterwards,
I think coming from your point earlier on, Marlon, about how people judge you based on your appearance, and unfortunately, we still kind of get that today, obviously, because secretly people don't want to be seen with someone wearing something that they don't like.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I don't know. I think everyone is different, you know, just based on appearance.
But look, it's hard times, man. You got to live within your means. I was watching Panorama, was it yesterday, the day before? Because obviously with the energy crisis going up, and then one woman on there was saying how like she gets food. No, she was saying her daughter needs new school shoes, and the school shoes were £30. And she was like, "Wow, £30 a lot," and it broke my heart, fam. You get me? Because like she showed the shoes, and then like the lip is all. You could bust it open and the shoes are all talking. Yeah. And it just broke my heart because she said, yeah, she managed to find a voucher, £5 off. And she's like, yeah, £25. And she's saying it's still a lot. And I'm thinking, raw, you don't really realize, like, a lot of people can spend £30 on junk food. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's Friday. It's a takeaway night. But
for some, that's
you get me?
that's a lot.
It's a lot, you know. So, again, I think it's easy when you have no responsibility to think, okay, yeah, this, that, and the other. But when you're responsible for yourself or for others, it becomes a complete different ball game.
Yeah.
And it's again, if you're in a council flat, it's different because you're getting help anyway. You're not paying as much. But if you're renting privately and you know you're paying more, and then you know you got the council tax, but you know you're paying full price at every turn, it's difficult. You know what I mean? So yeah, sometimes you just gotta respect people. People buy what they can. People buy what they can because they can.
Yeah, exactly, and that's
if
what.
It's not, if it's not popping, then it's not popping. But that's what they can afford. You know what I mean? You just gotta let people live, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's why we're living in times where like I was never judging people anyway, because if you can't come to this or. But I just feel like now it's like, you know what? Okay, just know what you can and can't do. It's not, you know, and I feel like we should give people grace, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and of course, like what I said earlier, usually when you think of money and mental health, like how can money affect your mental health? But it's not so much, it is money, but it's also, you know, like what you're doing with it, like how, you know, like are you, because I feel like debt is such a crucial thing to talk about because people don't often realize, as I said, it can spiral out of control in so quickly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, and that's why you got to understand. Okay. When it comes to debt, again, it's like I said, it's not taking out debt. It's not having debt. It's not the issue. It's how you're managing it. And but you also got to ask yourself, okay, like, what am I taking out this debt? Who is this for? What do I need this for? Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's not. If it's for the wrong reasons, you probably have to have a think and be like, okay, what am I doing this for? And you know what? There's one story I heard. It was so sad, bro, because I'm thinking. Like it's mad, you know. There was a young, I think there was actually a BBC documentary on it. There was a young boy. I don't know what it was. I think he got into some. Like,
I think I remember who you were talking about, but I don't know what.
What was it? I'm not sure why he got into that, but basically he got into crazy debt, and his debt was up to like £1,000. So like I think there was sending reminder letters about it, but he just felt so like consumed with it. He felt so bad, like he killed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And £1,000.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's not a lot of money, but I'm saying like it's what's sad is that like raw like he. I don't know whether he could even go to his parents and say, look, this is what, like, of course he is a lot of money, but you know, it's sad that like he felt so crippled by that, and that's I'm trying to say, like, that's how debt can make you feel, like,
Yeah,
you know,
listen,
because
it's a lot. Sorry,
bruv,
it's a lot because any income you get debt isn't accounted for unless you've already got debt. You know what I mean? So some people can't afford to take on any extra outgoings. Like so again, a lot of people unfortunately living paycheck to paycheck. So any form
bro,
of debt
let me, bro, it's so
becomes
mad,
crippling.
bruv, it's so mad, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I say this now because I know this was a long time ago, and I've basically been a lot better, but there was a period, yeah, when I think this was my first, so not my first job so my first proper job
Yeah,
after uni, yeah. There was a point, yeah, where literally, yeah, bro, like so I'm getting paid from work,
yeah.
but the money is just 80% of it is getting wiped out because literally, I used to take out so many loans, yeah,
Oh,
bro.
listen,
I used to be taking out so many Wonga loans, yeah, to the point,
quick,
bro, like,
hey.
so literally, I'll get paid, but after it's gone on a Wonga loan, bro, I'll even taking out a loan to pay out the loan.
Guys,
Bro,
I feel your
Do
pain.
you know how insane that is? You're taking out a loan to pay a loan. Like, money management was not even, it was a foreign concept, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and so I'm saying, if I not had the means to keep, bro, or continue down that cycle, bro, it's peak. Mentally, you're gonna be distraught.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm saying limitations, man. Okay, what done? And half the time wasn't even for anything reasonable, bro. Just to, like, oh yeah, I go out to eat, like buy like a couple trainers, bro. There's nothing reasonable, bro.
Man,
Like,
that's it.
bro, it's nuts. It's so nuts. Like, for what? I'm thinking that, okay, all because, you know what, I'm not willing to live within my means. Or I said, okay, listen, okay, cool. Maybe you can't go here, but you can go there, and that's okay. Sometimes if you can't do it, that doesn't mean you can't do it forever, bro. My first job out of uni, bro, was 4 bills.
Oh
Bro,
yeah,
bro, that's not. It wasn't even illegal, but I just needed a job.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't even pay my own phone, bro. All the McDonald's was a luxury for me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to say. So what I'm like, it's mad where, like, it's not so much. Again, I'm not trying to sound like one of them financial. I'm just saying, but it's not so much what you're making; it's what you're keeping, what you're retaining. And I feel like it's harder now because, but part of what you retain, how much you retain, it's going to be influenced by, okay, your lifestyle, what are you trying to do? Like, so just live within your means, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you don't necessarily need to go out every week. You can do. You don't need to. You don't necessarily need to buy clothes for every single event. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't need to. Okay, cool. Yes, your friend has a birthday. I get it.
Yeah.
But if it's really, boy, you might have said, listen, I can come, and maybe I might have to order a starter, like, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm trying to say,
man, it's back you after.
you know, or
after the food.
I'm trying to say. So just and I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, having those conversations with yourself, bro, it's not nice because no one's gonna tell you. You have to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this: at the end of the day, yeah, you can fool everyone. Everyone that you come across, but your bank account ain't lying, bro. Your bank account ain't gonna lie to you. What you listen? It's gonna listen. Your bank account, listen. Well, I ain't in control of this. Listen, you do what you want.
Yeah.
But you have to understand what you're doing. You know your limitations, and it's okay now, man. Like me, I said before, I used to find that I thought I'd say yes to everything, even when I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think people are just afraid of being honest about how much they have, or obviously they don't want to think that they're getting in the way of someone. But I think you just have to be honest about, if you can go out or you can't go out, because obviously some people won't be aware that you have other responsibilities as well, and obviously.
But you know what's funny? You're not alone, and you're never alone. So the same people who be like, yeah, come, could be broke as well. Yeah.
True,
So it's like, I could be like, yeah, come out. and I'm broke. And like, this is my last little
because
100.
we don't talk to
150.
each other about it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say, because
exactly.
it's and that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's like almost like you're suffering in silence. Where like, you know what, I need help. Okay, what can I do to, the answer, yeah, in most cases, okay, earnings, but also it's not. I think it's deeper than that. It's also your money management, bro.
Yeah.
That would affect, not to sound silly, but like how you manage it will essentially affect. No, sorry, what I'm trying to say, how you manage it is fine. That you gotta have a relationship with money and manage your money well. But if you don't manage it, you manage it in such a way where like it's not sustainable. That can affect you mentally. It sounds silly, but bro, trust me.
Yeah.
It's bro,
Listen,
like people like debt is, listen. It's not a joke. Listen, debt is not your friend, man. Debt's only like
listen.
listen. I'm gonna okay. You need me. Cool, we got this partnership. But bro, if you get out of hand, listen, I'm not coming to save you.
Yeah, that's it. Because
Like,
next thing you know, you're bankrupt.
bro, it's
And then
and
5 years, 6 years, like, you're done. You're cooked.
bro.
There's no financial aid. Like, you're finished, bro. You can't get any more. But you know what's funny? Again, another thing it's linked to is that's why it's so important that you do, like, your job. You do what you love, because, like, for example, like, I'm constantly chasing money,
Mm,
and because obviously, yeah, there's always something to pay for, but if you're not happy where you're working, now you're working just for the money, because so you need to pay off what you need to pay off. So you're not happy at work, you're getting that stress, and now you're also stressed with the fact that once you do get paid, the money's going away.
Yeah.
So you need some sort of relief somewhere. If you're just working somewhere where you're not happy to earn money to pay off debt, bro, life becomes long, because you spend like half of your life at work anyway. So if you're not happy there, and you're paying, most of your money's going on bills and then on debt.
yo, just what I'm saying. You need to.
Do you think that's because they didn't think it through before they wanted to apply for the job, but they just thought about the money instead, but not about what the role was gonna
I think
involve?
a lot of people don't know what they want to do.
Yeah.
I don't think growing up, we're really given enough insight to what we can do with whatever our passions are. Like, even you go to college, you got career days and stuff like that, but again, they need to be longer. I think people need to, like, the industry I'm in, I fell into it, I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? Whereas I think now people are starting to kind of understand different options, and like when I talk to my younger brother, I can tell him more because I've gone through it. But I had no one to kind of tell me what I could do. Try do this, try do that. Do you know what I mean? So constantly, you're just hopping around from job to job to job, but it's not necessarily what you want to do. And now, obviously, yeah, then you're a bit stressed. Okay, but I'm doing this job, I don't really like it, but I need the money because I got to pay off debt. You just don't want to get into that cycle, because then it's another thing that you have to worry about.
Yeah. No, that's why. Like, honestly, it's about having a conversation with ourselves, yeah, and understand. Okay, like, what's your relationship like with money? What are your limitations? And like, I'm not saying that you can't aspire to have a certain lifestyle. That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But everything is there's levels, there's limits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not about trying to. And if you're trying to have a certain lifestyle because that person's got it, you've already failed. You're not. It's wrong. And this is the thing why I feel like a lot of us will be a lot better mentally if we just kind of stop seeing success and lifestyle as one how can I put it? It's not one standard thing. It's subjective. For me,
Yeah.
success might be like, being able to like have a family, go on holiday twice a year with my family. Whereas for you, it might be, something different. But just because it looks different, it doesn't mean it's not success. That's what I'm saying. But because we think, it's that one thing. That's what it needs to be. But that's where you're trying to compete and keep up. Like with the film,
Yeah.
man's like, okay, cool. He's got RD. All right, I'm gonna RD too.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, we're winning, but that's
Yeah.
not what it is. Like for you,
that's it.
you know what I'm trying to say? It might be okay. We all have our thing. For you, it might be watches, or we'll have. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like some people might be like, you know, cool. I don't really care about cars, but I've got my house.
But
I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm trying to say
Yeah.
it's different for everyone.
And you know what? You know what's funny? Sometimes it's a sometimes these companies play a role to play in terms of the marketing strategy or the pricing strategy. So, for example, I was watching a video, like MKBHD, and he's talking about like Apple products, and he was saying what they do is like a pricing ladder. So they've got the high priced laptop, that they bring out something low,
Yeah.
and then they've normally got like something else middle range. Yeah. So, for example, you got the MacBook Pro, like the new one with the M1 chips or the M1 Pro chips. Now you've got the MacBook 13-inch Pro with the touch bar, and then you got the MacBook Air. Yeah. So now the difference between the base spec and the one up typically isn't a lot. So if you said, okay, well, it comes with 8 gig RAM. If you said now you say, okay, well, if I want to get the 16 gig RAM to future proof me, now you pay the extra 160. But by the time you've done that, you realize, well, hold on, if I get the base MacBook Pro 13-inch is only an extra £200, and then it's better than that one. So you think, oh well, I might as well pay an extra 200, and then you're like, oh rah, now if I get the RAM, but, oh actually, so sometimes these pricing strategies are designed in a way that people always feel like, oh, I might as well just pay. It's only an extra 150. It's only an extra this, and yeah, you might feel that you can afford it. You might not even be able to afford it at the time. And it might even be the same with finance. You know, sometimes the way things are priced, it kind of psychologically, they can trick you into paying more than you can afford. So you really have to understand the purpose of why you want something.
Yeah.
Especially like, for example, just with the laptops. If it's just for browsing, Word, and standard office stuff, then you just need it very basic. Do you know what I mean? So don't buy beyond the need for what you need something. And I think that's also important. It's like cars, like you said. You don't need a BMW if you're just getting from A to B. If you ain't got the money. A Hyundai, a Honda, a Vauxhall, or whatever does the same job. Just because, you said, that's only an extra £50 a month for the BM.
That's where it starts, bro. And you know what? I saw the extra. Slap it on.
I could get tints. What? Only an extra 25. I do that.
Say less. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Exactly. But now you don't know what your position's going to be in over that course of the HP.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the 12 months, whatever the case may be. So yes, you can afford it now, but can you afford it down the line? So I'm not saying, okay, live your life in fair, because obviously those are things you can't control, but at least you should be able to know, based on your job, are you likely to be promoted? Where can you see your career going? You know, am I due to get a pay rise, or my next job? Do I estimate that I'm going to get less or more? Am I going to do a sideward step? You kind of have to align everything. Because an extra £60 here, and then a Netflix subscription there, and then a Now TV there, and a Prime there, and things are just accumulating. So it's really, as you said, the money management,
Boy,
it's pivotal, bro.
Yeah.
Trust.
Crazy, you know. I think I was actually watching something on YouTube a few weeks ago about how certain brands use a term called neuromarketing.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a term they use. So they kind of manipulate your brain into buying a certain product. Like, for example, it can be like a shampoo or surf or product, or I think they put a certain chemical inside it so that when you walk past an aisle, like you smell something and you think, oh, that smells really good, and then it's the product that they basically made it seem more appealing to the customer, and obviously the customer goes and buys it, even though they kind of restrict you into buying the product.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm not saying every brand uses it, but obviously, you know, some brands apparently use it as a way to sell the product, you know.
Yeah, that's it. It's true. There's so many different types of ways, isn't it, to get people to buy. But ultimately, like you said, money management and just knowing what you need.
Mm.
Buy what you need, not what you want, man.
Hey, another. Repeat that one more time for listeners, viewers.
Buy what you need, not what you want.
Yeah.
And on that note,
We're done.
it's done. Show closed. Time is a bit peak today.
Time is of the essence.
But love, bro.
Yeah,
Safe for coming on, man. We appreciate it, man.
Yep. Appreciate it, man. Good.
And what was I gonna say? Yeah, thank you guys for listening and watching. Catch us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and yeah.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.
Subscribe, yeah. Hit up the Instagram.
Yep.